What's up, Overtakers? Here we are. What are we out here doing today, Dave?
Racing.
We stayed overnight last night for what's on today, Test and Tune. Why would we do that?
Yeah, well, it's Father's Day and maybe it's time for me to have a crack.
Oh, I reckon it is.
This is now my first go at racing. You've seen me out filming at the drag track. Now it's time for me to actually get on and have a go. We'll show you some shots of how the ute went on the dyno. We've got that.
Yep. And are you excited?
Mate, I am. It ran some good numbers, actually. It had a couple of things done to it. And we wanted to give it a run on the hub dyno, so we took it into Nugget Garage. It was fingered by the Hoff, and it's run some pretty good numbers for an NALS. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. But, yeah, what's your prediction?
I don't know, actually. I don't really know much about how it translates into drag times, but...
There's probably a lot of me getting no traction on street tyres, and
yeah,
the car's very capable.
Yeah.
Whether I am is a big question.
But, well, you just have some fun. That's the main thing, right?
Spot on. We got rained out here yesterday. It is really windy today, but that's a good thing. It is drying out the track, so we're nearly ready to go. So maybe we should warm her up and get ready.
Let's do it.
Like it was all clutch. Okay, not the best start.
Alright, so you just had your first run, Dad. How'd you go?
Mate, well, absolutely no traction whatsoever. I just wheel spin first, second, third, fourth, and clutch. So, yeah, definitely a lot of clutch, unfortunately. So, let the clutch cool down. We'll see if we can have another crack. But, yeah, it does. Clutch doesn't smell too good, but we've still got some clutch. So,
did you have fun on the burnout there?
Yeah, I did. yeah, I did. Definitely. Worth it for that anyway. Hey? So, yeah, we'll let this cool down for a bit and then we might have another crack. Hopefully, we're still good to drive home.
Oh, I think you will be. I think you'll be right. Commodore tough, right?
Spot on. much better. We got down the track, got off the line. Pretty sure I had a green light there. Probably a slow reaction time, but I got it off the line. Then wheel spin in second gear, backed off, give it into third, and followed through to the end. So I wouldn't think a great time, but much better run than the last one, I think. At least I got down the track. Well, I got down the track the first time, just my back wheels got there a lot quicker than I did. So no, I'm pretty happy with that run. We'll go back out again shortly. See if we can get a time, get a bit of an idea what it did. Go and have a chat to the guys, look at the footage, see if it was any good. We got a 2.5 in the 60 foot. 9.9 on the time, so there you go.
So you've had your second run. How do you go?
Yeah, got out there for the second run. Still smells a lot like clutch, but I don't think I burnt the clutch that time. I got off the line and I actually just took off really easy. Just took off like I was nearly, taking off on the street, and it had traction, felt good. When I changed in the second, it blew the tyres at that point, and then I popped it into third, got traction again, and followed through. 990. So we'll get better. I think we've got another run in it yet.
Yeah, take you around for one more and see how you go, and
why not?
Might as well.
All right. Botched the start there, blew the tyres off again, got excited, didn't take off like I did last time, and got all wheel spin, so worried about the clutch, so I sort of ease off, but I think we'll go straight back round. traction all the way. Make a big difference. Again, so we might let that cool down a little.
So those last couple of runs look pretty good. Are you happy?
Yeah, just trying to work out how to get off the line. It's not as easy as you would think. It's certainly hard. You know, so easy to spin those tyres, and then yeah, you can't recover. And then you're thinking about that so much to get off the line that you don't actually take off on time. So there's a lot to think about out there, but it's good fun. Great fun. 880 was my best.
Oh, there you go. You did all right. You improved at least. That's a...
Well, yeah, the last couple were actually worse than that one. So.
That's all right.
So, but I let a bit of pressure out of the tyres. That's helped a bit, but break a lot of traction in second. So,
but good. As long as you had fun.
Yeah, great. Having a ball. That was a good run. That felt much better. So I don't know what my time will be, but I did second gear, just held it, didn't get all that wheel spin that time. Everything felt really good. Can't smell any clutch. That's a bonus. Yeah, just felt good. I was slow off the line, but it sort of just took me time getting off the line, to be honest. So. Slower. Reaction 540, so not terrible. But 890, so I did 880 earlier, so 890 without the wheel spin. It did hit limiter just before the finish line. It hits limiter in second, just before finish. Give it one more run. Smell a bit of clutch, but the 922, same mile an hour, 2.1 reaction time and 091. So I left on the second last orange, and gave me a good reaction time. that run. Was alright. Not as smooth as the one before. And I went into 5th. Hit limit a second, changed into 5th just on the start line. So, on the finish line. So, yeah. Just a bit of practice. Alright guys, looks like I'm a seasoned driver now. Been drag racing for hours, not years, maybe hours. And Greg's given me the keys to the Centura. 10-second car, less power. So we'll see how I go. Whew, gotta strap myself in. It just went dead, didn't I? It just conked out.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
right.
Let the brake off the plan and it went.
Oh, okay. Have another go.
Go again?
Yeah.
It's good fun once I went though. Bogged down on me, then took off. And then I tapped the brake. Thought I was in a manual again.
With this flight tank, if you boot them, they just flood.
Oh, okay.
So
Ease in.
just roll onto that just a little bit more than to the wall, yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it just throws 8% of this flood at you.
And then I tapped the brake halfway down because I thought I was in the manual again. Alright, we're going to have another roll. Try again. Greg's give us some tips. Too much booting it to the floor. Just the setup, if I think you're going to roll into it. One time he got off the line right. He got the bloody, went the wrong way with the shifter. Popped her into neutral. Greg will never let me in his car again. Thank you. I went into neutral. I went the wrong way.
That's why I hit it. Have another go, right?
We right to go again?
Yeah.
You really made my day. Really appreciate this. Absolutely. Even though I haven't done a decent run yet for you, it has been a lot of fun. Right, we just reset the cameras, ready to go again. A couple of bikes, about to have a run. Remember which way to shift this time. Shift down to go up. Reverse pattern. Put it together and it's much better. Felt like a good run. Woohoo! Woohoo! That was fun. Thanks, Greg. Thank you, Warwick Dragway. Get out here and try this. Great fun. Changed early, but it felt good. That one felt right. I didn't even hit the shift tonight.
I'm going to head off soon so you can have one more run if you like.
Nah, I just had a heap of runs. I really appreciate it. Are you sure?
Right. I'm happy for you to go on the time.
Alright, I will then.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you. Lets me keep driving his car. Amazing. Thank you, Greg. It's all over. That was the last run. So Greg did let me take it, but they've closed the lane. So good fun. Glad I got that last one right. 7.9. So it's got this car's a lot quicker than that, but obviously I'm not yet. But, it's pretty amazing to get to have a go doing that.
So how was that? I think you had a bit of fun now.
Mate, I've got the biggest smile on my face, thanks to Greg, and giving me a run in the Centura. I got to admit, I struggled with the with trying to get traction down the track,
And you struggled with the gears in this. I noticed you went into neutral.
Yeah, because it's reverse shift manualised auto, and I'd just done 2 runs and shifted the right way, but for some reason in the third time I went the wrong way. I forgot what I was doing.
Yeah. You're thinking about too many other things then, right?
But I put a pass down. I did
Yeah.
a pass. It was certainly not on the limits of the car by any means. So, but I did do one pass where I did everything correctly in the order I was meant to, and got off the line and changed. I changed early. I did shift early, but did a 7.9. It was my quickest of the day, obviously, and yeah, you can feel the boost in this thing.
Yeah. And the quickest in the Ute was 880, right?
880. So yeah, but I just couldn't get a good
traction.
couldn't get a good run, and I was probably a bit worried about the clutch after smoking the crap out of the clutch in the first run.
Yeah.
So,
But you had fun.
mate, I did. We'll maybe look at a clutch and some new different tyres for the Ute, and then it's ready for the Skyline, right?
Yeah.
A road trip, or
Yeah. Whatever happens.
test and
next.
tune, or there's so much happening in the next few weeks. You got to keep watching.
Yeah, they definitely do. And to keep watching as well and to get notified when those new videos come up, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, hit like, leave us a comment.
And follow Warwick Dragway. Come out here and have a go, because if a newbie like me can get out here and do it, then yeah, anyone can do it.
Yeah, and it's laid back and you can just have some fun. That's all it's all about.
Skid your car, go fast, have fun.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Stay in that right lane. All right, let's have a quick look at the SL 1327 Schumacher Jump Starter Power Pack. This is an 800 amp pack. It does say it is suitable for doing up V8 engines, so certainly should be enough for what we need here. So now let's quickly open this one up. So there we go, there's the size of it, as I was saying. Nice and compact, quite small. Comes with a little carry bag, and it comes with your jumper cables. So there you go. Now, all of the Schumacher products have some sort of advanced technology in them, which is great, because you know they come with a lot of features that some other brands don't. But the great thing about these is you really can't hook them up wrong. It's going to warn you. You can hook them up wrong, but it's going to tell you. So there we go. So straight away we do that, turn it on. Straight out of the box we've got power. It says we have, it's got a little indicator on there as well. And we are at full power. So there you go. So we've got a red light on there at the moment. We can connect that up. Red light, we've got a button on the side. Press and hold. Green light tells us we're connected correctly. And now we're ready to start. Excellent. Smell that E85 goodness. So there you go. There's the power pack from Schumacher. As I said, we've still got the USB connections on here as well, and USB input to charge that as well. So you just charge that with your normal mobile phone type charger. Nice and easy to do. So plug that in anywhere. I can plug in my mobile phones, my camera batteries, my GoPro. So there's a lot of other uses as well. And comes in that little carry bag as well, that I can just pop that back in. We'll disconnect this, we'll pop it back in the bag, throw it in the glove box, and it's ready to go for next time. So dropped it down to 80% charge. So it did use 20% to give that a kick over then, but you should get a few starts out of this before you need to charge again. Schumacher.
You can say I'm lazy, you can say I'm weak. You think that using her will get to me, and if you're right then you're in trouble deep. 'Cause I won't break, no I know I won't wait. But when it comes to her, you better keep it sealed. Don't you dare say a single word, or I will strike you where it feels. You think that using her would get to me, and if you're right then you're in trouble, D. 'Cause I won't break, no I know I won't wait. You're in trouble, D.
Go, Tyler, on the sound controls there, mate. There was a bit of panic button pushing there, wasn't it?
Yeah, I forgot to turn it back on. I just realised that I've turned my headphones up all the way, and I'm like, why is everything so loud?
Well, hopefully it's sounding good for those on the podcast, and definitely for those that are here with us live.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, everybody, how are we all doing? Another week, episode 69er, and podcast
14.
Is it? I don't know if I got that right then on the
Maybe
the
it's
slide.
15, I don't know. Maybe I didn't update my thing last week.
I'm pretty sure I put 15 on the slide. I could
Maybe
be
it
wrong.
is 15.
I
I
don't
could be
know.
wrong.
I have no idea. So we got a heap of people chatting away. I was just chatting to a few people in there. A few comments while watching that video of me and some of my tragic racing. But we all got to start somewhere, right?
I know it is episode 15
It is.
of the podcast. You are correct.
There you go. Oh,
I didn't update my
something
sheet
right.
here.
I did something
There we go. I
right.
fixed it.
But yeah, that was my racing.
Yeah.
So
I just noticed something.
oh, we forgot something. We out of focus? No. We're crooked. Is that? We're a bit crooked. Camera. Falling down. Well, it just looks like that's where it's going to be, mate. Everybody, just tilt your screen slightly for us. If everybody watching could just tilt their screen slightly to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Does that work? If you just look at that, perfect. Everybody, just do that. No,
I
you're
think
wrong
we're
way.
going the wrong way.
Oh, you are. I
Hang
was
on.
going the other way.
No, you were the wrong way. That looks straight for me. All right. There we go.
There you go. But anyway, we've got to get on with the show, haven't we? It's spot on. Just read his comment. He's exactly it. It is episode 69.
Mm-hmm.
I think you originally called it episode 69,
Episode what?
and I thought you were asking me episode what, so I sent you. Oh, I'll call it. Get your race suit on.
Yeah. In light of what? A new match?
69s.
No, new match.
Oh yeah. No, we're not up to that bit yet.
Yeah.
No, we've got a slide for that.
That's
one.
why I was talking about the title.
Yeah, we're jumping ahead.
Yeah.
You gotta say hello to everyone
Yeah.
in the chat.
All right, I'll do my best. Streetcar Culture, Marv, James Bayliss, Chris Young, Trevor Smith, Archimedes I. Yeah, Chris Young. I think I already said that. Trevor Smith, Johnny Skidpig,
Sally Page,
Roy Ferntorp, Sally Page,
Mad Kiwi,
Lynn, Scott Sherrington, Gary Sparkplug, Beck,
yep. Adam Geary, Rob,
Adam Geary in the chat,
JRM
JRM in the chat, Rob,
Subi Dynamics, Chris Young.
Yep.
Scott Sherrington.
No More. Yep.
Am
we
I
got
just
Scott
repeating?
Sherrington, you are.
No
Dave
more
Ray,
Barador.
Dave Ray,
Dave, how are you? Anyone else? Got any other names in there? Gary
I'm not sure.
Dundas.
Gary Dundas, g'day, g'day.
Jazz, g'day, mate.
Dingus Malingus,
G'day, Dingus. Johnny Young. Did I say that? John Young.
Yep, John Young is in the chat.
There we go. So
James Bayless says it's funny seeing the two different driving styles between Dave and Tyler.
yeah, and Tyler would probably be better at it because he's more methodical and like once he works out what works, he'll continually do that, I guess, and that's why he was in his video. He struggled because his tacho wasn't working because you're the guy that wants to. Go, all right, I put it to 4 grand revs, I do this, I do that, and that's what I do every time, right?
Yeah.
I know that's what you're like.
Yeah.
And once you work out the right spot, you'll just keep going until you get it spot on.
Yeah.
Whereas I'll do none of that, and every pass will be different for me.
Drop the clutch and stomp it to the floor. That was your...
I don't think I had a working tacho. I have no idea what it was. Never looked at it once. I just listen.
Yeah, Dave stalls an auto on the line and I don't.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
G'day, Steady Fab.
Weber Campbell as well. Everyday car here as well. Mad Dad. Steady Fab, yep. Are we missing a Nightbot? G'day, Nightbot. Oh, no, that's you.
That's Brad.
That's Brad.
Brad's plugging the Nightbot.
Brad's running the Nightbot. There you go. So, I think we've said some hellos. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Go hit that like button so we got some thumbs up there, getting the stream out there while we kick it off. And I've got to run these slides somewhere on one of these buttons. Oh, I'm back to... There we go. Superformance, our very first sponsor ever on the show. So look after those guys.
G'day, Zig.
Zig, g'day, brother. I hope you're doing well. Superformance up in Capalaba. Been around 40 years. Lots of builds have gone through that place. Amazing cars. So, and they were the first ever to jump on board and sponsor us. But we've got many, many supporters now.
We certainly do.
Many different sponsors. A few on my shirt at the moment. We've got shirts 247. We've got
Auto One Browns Plains,
Auto One
MTAQ.
MTAQ, massive.
PJR Gold Coast. On the other side.
PJR Gold Coast, yes.
You've got FMR.
FMR, Finance My Ride. Get
Also,
over there and have a look at Finance My Ride at the moment because you could get yourself a Maloo. There is a 1 in 1,000 chance to win a Maloo for $99 a ticket. There is heaps of tickets still left. There's 6 months.
Teamfmr.com.au is the place to check it out.
Yep, that's it. My screen keeps flickering in the background.
And also our other sponsor on the jackets is Rob, JRM.
JRM.
Check him out for anything Subi or JDM related.
Of course, Binder, Schumacher. Some others to mention there as well. And there you go. There's a little slide with our website, of course.
Yep.
But
you want to get over there to check out the new shirt.
There's the new shirt. Now, this came about at a discussion in one of the live streams, I believe. I think that's what it was.
No, it was actually at Warwick the other week.
Yeah, wasn't it?
I don't think it was while we were streaming.
I thought it was.
I think we were all sitting
there was a
around.
few people in the stream talking about it as well.
I'm pretty sure we were all talking about it sitting around together. I think
that might have been later that evening.
Maybe it was. I wasn't at the stream. I was driving my car. So.
Yeah, there was a conversation in the stream. A lot of people here had a bit of talk in it, but it was talk about obviously having a long sleeve shirt and not wearing a jumper. That was probably something you did, right?
Yeah. It was really hot.
And you were wearing
in the
tracksuit pants and a jumper.
Yeah, I was cooking.
So a lot of people said, yeah, it'd be awesome just to have a lightweight cotton long sleeve shirt. You should do one. And I think there was some comment that we could just say, put something on it that says, this is my race suit. So
we've done it.
We've done it. There it is. This is my racing suit.
The first shirt in the OTL merch line.
And
more to come.
More to come. There's some getting drawn up like tonight. These are getting printed tonight. So these are right now being printed.
G'day, Mel.
So there is that's the back of the shirt. A little OTL logo on the front. G'day, Mel. A little OTL logo on the front. We got rid of the big logo, just a little OTL. And then we got the Christmas tree on the back with a couple of flags, and this is my racing suit. So I think it's a cool design. It's probably a bit more complex than what we originally talked about doing.
Yeah.
It was just going to be like
It was
a
just
white
going to be text.
just white text. But I think this is cooler. But what do you reckon? Or you
like
you
it.
just want your white text?
Oh, I like it.
You like it? You're
Yeah.
happy? Yep. We got some pictures. We've got right now they're drawing up a picture of the HJ. We'll see how this goes because I've got a guy drawing it that's not really done cars before, but
Well, we had someone draw the skyline too. That's
yeah, I didn't go. I have got that, but I didn't go back to him because he took like 4 weeks to do it, and it was meant to be 3 days.
yeah. It was a little long.
Yeah. That was driving me nuts.
Joel Bowen says, "Excuse my ignorance as I'm new to your channel, but what model car is on your shirts? I've been trying to figure it out for a while. It is a Chevrolet Malibu, I think. Is that right?"
Yep, it's a Chev.
Yeah, we've talked about getting it redone now with the HJ though.
Yes, maybe we should. See how this guy goes with the shirts. He did pretty well with this one. So, if he keeps hooking us up, we'll get him to redesign the logo.
Managed to get rid of a few more tickets for FMR.
Oh, good work, mate. Good work. But if you can't win it yourself, then you want to get one of your mates to win it, right? Like, and that's what we think. I can't enter because I'm involved with Finance My Ride. So, as an employer, I don't get to get a ticket, unfortunately. But I certainly would like to see someone from Overtaking Lane win it because I just think that'd be cool. And I know you guys would bring it out to the events and, and I've driven it. I have driven it. It's got a bit of go. So no reason you couldn't have that out of the drag day.
Yeah.
So does go well.
Rick Welch, how you going?
G'day, Rick.
Love the new shirt design. Definitely going to get me some of that. Awesome.
Yeah, I think just a cool shirt just for wearing out on the strip or out on a
Mad
track
Dad
day.
says looks great. Finally a sun cancer free shirt.
Yes, yeah, and I think that was something he suggested.
Yeah.
On the day too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Something
Definitely
long
maybe
sleeve.
we look into some more long sleeves as well then.
Yeah, we certainly can.
Says summer's coming. Maybe a fishing style long sleeve, light and breathable.
Yeah.
Bit of like a sublimated shirt or something.
Yep. I just got to find someone that does sublimated printing. So we can find that out. That doesn't take too much.
Marv says, why can't my racing suit and my birthday suit be the same thing?
Well, it's probably because unless you've got a birthday suit with long sleeves and long pants, they don't allow it. So that's the trick. You got to have long sleeves, long pants. So that's the idea of this. But they should be back from the printer tomorrow morning, and heading out. So it'll be pretty cool. And we got some more coming. We got the HJ shirt. I haven't worked out what to put on slogan yet for the Skyline shirt. Yeah, I didn't know whether it was like the
red Ute killer.
Well, I was thinking like OTL Cruise Lines. Overtaking Lane Cruise Liners or boat builders. I don't know. For the R33.
We get the red Ute one with like smoke coming out under the middle of it.
Yeah, I thought they
put
probably
a slogan on it and go "Clutch Lives Matter."
I like that. I was thinking it should be something about clutches, actually. Don't mind. That one's a good one. I know the guys will come up with something in Discord or in chat. Definitely.
Mal says we need the HJ on the shirt.
Yeah, HJ is definitely coming. So definitely coming. We'll see how he goes with his artistic abilities on card drawing. So
Scotty S says, I tried to get into the shop today, but it wouldn't load. Hopefully it was just my crappy internet. Yeah, something happened with me today. I couldn't load it.
Oh, really?
I couldn't. That was when I messaged you about not being able to see the jumper. I couldn't load the picture of the jumper.
Oh.
So, but we are looking and talking about redesigning and.
Okay, because it's working okay for me.
Yeah, it did work okay again when you linked that the link to me. So.
Yeah. Right. Okay. All right. There you go. So overtakinglane.com.au.
And Streetcar Culture says I'll have to get a top to rep on my channel.
Oh, mate, that'd be awesome. Have you got any of your own? If you've got some merch, we'll have to do a shirt swap.
Mm-hmm.
So all right. We'll move on. Should I move on from that?
Scotty Sherrington says Tie Star the Fum Ship.
That's a good one.
Streetcar Culture says look into some wife beaters.
Yeah.
And then in
sleeveless.
brackets, I don't support wife beating.
He means the shirt, the sleeveless shirt.
I know what he means.
Yeah, not.
I just thought I'd include that there in case anyone from other areas is listening that doesn't realise.
A wife beater is a sleeveless shirt. If
Yeah.
you're from not aware of our slang, there. Does that help? Firing shots, yes. And
Shane Kane says cool long sleeve shirts.
yeah, I think they've turned out really well. So I just sent the guy a few pictures and the design, and he come back with that was his first one. I said perfect, straight up. Yep, done. That's what we're going with. The Skyliner, says James Bailiff. That's good.
Mel says you should run the HJ down the strip, likely the same time as the other two, I guess.
There's no way that could happen, so surely not. That was
two totally different setups, and
it must have been, 6 weeks apart?
yeah, I think so.
It was about 6 weeks apart because we did that. That was like on the No Prep 2 day, or the next day, the test and tune after No Prep 2. And then we did Kenda and we had all other stuff, and then we were out there for the road trip testing.
So it was on September 5th was your one.
And then you went on the 10th.
Yeah, 6 weeks exactly.
There you go. So 6 weeks later, you've gone out there with your car, and that wasn't planned to go out there with your car at all. So, that wasn't even planned to go out with your car. There's some blingy
music. That's $50 from Sparkplug's Trench Services. We'll bury your power cables, but we'll punch a hole in your stormwater drains along the way.
All fixed too. We had a bit of rain today, Brad, and it's all good. She's all fixed.
Scotty S says, Tyler, that was supposed to say fun ship. I thought it was, but I thought it's funnier if I read it out as fum.
Oh, I didn't even realise you read it out wrong. What was it talking about? I don't know. Lost it.
It says Genius. Speaking of firing shots, call the R-33 the battleship.
Battleship, yes. You sunk my battleship. So it was 6 weeks apart. So 6 weeks apart, and you've run the exact same time.
Yeah. So neither of us can actually say. Well, I guess I can say.
And not just
I can say I'm faster because I did run like 6 mile an hour quicker.
No,
but I can't say I'm quicker.
It is. It's the time that counts. And to be exactly right down to the tenths of the tenths or whatever.
Yeah.
The thousandths. Is that thousandths?
I don't know.
Of a second?
819.
Yeah. So 3/10. No, thousandths. Has to be thousandths of a second. Hundredths of a second. So crazy that it could be exactly. And we didn't know on the day we filmed that. We had no idea. And Tyler was like, "Oh, I ran an 8.8," and I'm like, "I'm pretty sure I ran an 8.81."
Well, you said 8.89. You thought you ran an 8.89.
So
I spent the whole day thinking, I smashed that.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. So and then it ended up being exactly the same. So classic stuff.
Streetcar Culture says, I'm calling out the Skyline. Give me time. I'm a damn Victorian.
Yeah, mate. No worries. No worries at all. We'll definitely love it.
I'm sure there'll probably be a lot of call-outs at the Overtaking Lane Drag Day.
Yeah, hopefully, the borders are all open. You can come up for that. We'll do a drag day next year, and make your way up. And I'm sure everyone will want to chop both of us. So we'll have to take all the cards out.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of chopping going on.
Says Tyler had a smaller damage bill for now.
We had
just
nothing.
a fuel bill.
Just a fuel bill.
The damage to my future wallet when it buys Z85 and the upgrades.
Yeah, I think that's a bit now. Fortunately and unfortunately, we won't get to run those two cars side by side in that exact same setup. which we probably couldn't have asked for better content actually to do that if we had a random base at the same time. You know, to be so close in the times to run them now to be really just depend on who had a good run and you know who neutral shifted or hit second to fifth or couldn't get it into second, whatever. It'd come down to that. But the Utes currently on the hoist and it's up at Armstrong Automotive. So Rob Armstrong and the boys up at Armstrong Automotive have been amazing help to help me get the Ute turned around in a short time frame to the point that the gearbox is turning up. Well, it's in Brisbane.
Yeah.
So it should be there in the morning and we'll be up there all weekend. So he's, you know, ready to work all weekend and make sure that we're ready to go next week. Everything's sitting there. We've got the torque converter there. We've got Craig from Asnew did a torque converter for us. Johnny from Craig's Automatics did the auto for us. Everything's paid for. We're not no sponsored deals or anything like that. So a lot of people have said, right, you know, what are you going to throw at it in the way of horsepower? Well, I'm going to throw some more money into my bank account first because I didn't really have the money to do what I've just done.
Yeah.
So I do need some money before any horsepower upgrades come. But yeah, Rob has been tremendous. And look, you know, he would have turned that around for us with a clutch and a cheap setup. But he's the work ute in there actually at Armstrong Automotive. It's not his race car, but he does race it. His daughter Ella races it a lot. Is a VE with a big shot of NOS and turbo 400 and runs some decent times. And you might have seen it in some of our videos. It was up against Trappy actually, but they didn't have the NOS turned on, so it wasn't the quickest run down there for that. But yeah, no, they after seeing that, I went, maybe I should just go that way. By the time I put some money into a clutch, we'll end up down that path later on in the future anyway. Let's just go all in. So I've gone all in, and I'm quite nervous about it actually. About, you know, there's a lot of differences in having a turbo 400. You know, no engine braking and things like that. So you know, it's a completely different car to drive. This is not really going to be a street car. It is, but it's not going to be set up as a street car.
And the power drain of an auto?
Oh, about 50 horsepower, but it'll be quicker.
Yeah.
Regardless, it'll still be quicker.
You'd want to hope so, otherwise you might lose.
Yeah, I think it'll pick up a second.
You reckon?
Yep, I do. So anyway, we're missing a heap of comments. What have we got in
so
there?
Joel Bowen says, I love the fact that your mate let you drive his Centura. What sort of donk's in it? It's a Magnum 360 with a turbo strapped onto it.
Yep.
With a screamer out the bonnet.
Yep.
He's got Joel's got a HQ with a worked 454 in it. And he's looking forward to taking it to Tail and Bend in the near future. There you go.
Oh,
good to hear.
That sounds really good, actually.
Mum says in 6 weeks I'll take the HJ down the strip and see if I can get the same time.
Yeah. That'd be interesting. I think the HJ should go for a run. Oh, Sally, the HJ can go down the strip as long as I get to have a go too. And then we've got the Integra.
Yeah.
We can put that for a pass too.
I don't know if that will run the same time though.
No.
Maybe with the NOS on it. Yahtzee, how you going? Loving the new shirts. Awesome to hear.
So what's it all in aid of? And it is in aid of prepping for this one, road trip, addictive events. So just another thing just to mention before we jump into our news stories. We were half hour into the show and we haven't even done a news story yet, Tyler. So
we got more comments coming through.
But I think this is still an interesting conversation.
Yeah. Brendan South says Rob looks after my old man's cars and he swears by him. There you go.
Yeah.
James Baylor says, what shifter pattern you're running, standard or reverse with maybe a manual valve body?
Manual valve body, standard.
No, valve body. It's got an A on there, so I just read it out as what people type. So if that's how you type it, that's how it's getting read.
Yeah, so manual valve body with standard shift pattern, not reverse.
Mhm.
So running a case saver, no engine braking, rated to 1,000 horsepower. So plenty of future proofing.
Steady Fab says you'll make it up in the front half.
Yeah, definitely.
Streetcar Culture says stir him up. Shane Kane says Tyler just challenged you, Dave. I've been challenging him for ages.
That's just normal.
Mark Oliver says I'm not sure it would be fair to race you in the VH when it's done up, but I will bring it up next year and take you for a ride so you can feel the twin-turboed 540 big block in a Commodore.
Oh, yes. Yes, please.
James Baylor says Integra versus Mirage. That's all day the Integra wins that one, that's for sure. It's got, I don't know, much more power than the Mirage does.
Goes all right.
It chirps second, the Mirage doesn't. Streetcar Culture says 1,000 horsepower Honda.
Could happen. It could happen. I think it'll be a bit of fun at some
You
stage.
need to talk to...
I don't think it'll be 1,000, but we'll get a few in it.
We talked to the fellow we talked to a while back. When we first did our interviews, he's got a all-wheel drive Integra.
I don't even remember that one.
The concept car, concept Holden. I think it was a Holden.
Oh yeah. Okay.
He's
I
got the
remember who you're talking
all-wheel
about.
drive Integra.
Yeah. That's right. You did message him and asked him a few questions too, didn't you? So,
Yahtzee says I saw a bit of Tyler's car in the latest video while I was on the can. What was the final time? 8819 at 84. Sorry. 76 was Dad's mile an hour, I think.
yes. So yes, matched times. Trev, we'll get that sorted. Do we need to put a tail shaft loop in? I don't believe we are. But, we'll work that out.
Trevor Smith says, did you sort my pass, Dave?
Yeah, I said yeah. We'll get that sorted. Or we've got to chase it up, but
And all right, I think we're caught up. Mad Dad says, do you need to put a tail shaft loop in, Dave?
no, I said we read that one too.
Okay. Sorry.
I don't know.
I've been
We're
scrolled
not,
up.
but I know.
I've been scrolled up. That's why I've been scrolling down.
Catch up, mate. Catch up.
Daniel Ward says,
Excuse
what's
me.
the deal with passengers at Warwick? I have a passenger seat, just saying.
Yeah, well, there was passengers in the LSA Commodore out there. So
Yeah, well, that's what
I'd like to go.
that's what Matty was saying. He'll backseat drive it.
I'd like to go for a passenger with Daniel as well. Yeah, heck yeah. I'm sure we can at least even do some highway runs or something there. Definitely. So, all right, yeah, drag challenge. Just to mention, drag challenge. If you get over to Addictive Events, if anyone does want to be a part of it, you need to be quick because a couple of hours ago there was 2 available spots for the road trip drag challenge. So this is for the weekend of the 30th, so not this weekend, next weekend. Running from Willowbank on the Friday. Warwick, we camp at Warwick on Friday night. We're at Warwick on Saturday. We camp at Warwick on Saturday night. Back to Willowbank on Sunday. We'll be set up there. We'll have a big camp there. We'll be there to have a few drinks with everyone, party on, enjoy the weekend. It's a really good spot out there. There's showers, there's toilets, there's everything, right? So if you want to get your car out there, then jump on Addictive Events. There's 2 car spots available. So there you go. No more us wins the Overtaking Lane drag race day. We haven't set any time frame. It's going to be next year.
Yeah. Got to have some meetings with Warwick Dragway and work it out.
Yep, they said that they can fit us in on the calendar next year. And look, we'll probably talk with Addictive Events as well, Mick Apps, and see if they're interested in helping us out. Because he's running an amazing event. The setup and stuff that he's done, we're just really impressed at how well organised everything is.
Yeah.
So we thought, gee, he does a better job than we could do. So maybe we need him to help us, and then we're just part of it as well, right?
Yeah.
So, well, I don't know how that'd work, but I'm sure.
We can work it out. Still discussions to be had.
Yeah, yeah.
James Baylor says I'll even ride in the Ute tray. Daniel Ward says it is registered too. That can be arranged.
Yes, that's right. So, but yeah, get out there and you can run anything. I think Dave Fraser, for those that know who Dave Fraser is, he's got the VK twin turbo
Wholesale
VK.
Dave.
Yeah, Wholesale Dave twin turbo VK Commodore that you would have seen on Skid Factory. For those that watch that, he was out at Drag Challenge last year in his wife's Golf.
Yeah.
So,
That was the guy who was at the test and tune in his BMW, getting ready for it as well.
Yep. So you don't
It was like a 135i or something.
you don't have to have a drag car to do it. Like it doesn't have to be. You do have to have a road registered car.
Mm.
So, but there's a dial your own class, so you can just go in that if you've.
It's about consistency.
Yep. You could do a dial your own class, which maybe is the one I should go on, but I don't know when I'll run. We'll see. But yeah, so there's options there. If you're available, then jump on it and jump on it tonight. If you're keen to do it. So, all right. Stories. We've got some news.
Summit Racing back, extended calendar with record prize pool.
Yeah, this is massive, actually. So, Summit Racing supports Andra Drag Racing.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's that? Australian National Drag Racing Association.
I'm guessing.
I think that's it. We'll just call it Andra.
Australian National Drag Racing Association. Well done.
So Summit is a supporter of that, and they do sponsor it, and they've actually just thrown more money at it. So because the season's extended as well.
Yeah.
But they want to make sure that is still successfully completed, even though it's been extended.
That's going to boast a 50% extra end of season prize money for a total prize pool of more than $100,000.
Yeah.
Including 10 grand for the prestigious John Storm Memorial, thanks to Summit Racing Equipment.
So that's massive.
It creates the biggest prize pool in Australian drag racing history.
That is really big. So considering we talked about a story in what class was that in America? They just dropped the prize money down for the whole season. Was like 35k something. Was it even that? I can't even remember. And that was like the
They dropped it down by 35,000.
Yeah, that's right. It was down to like
15 grand.
15 grand or something for like I don't think it was Top Fuel, but one of those big classes.
Mm-hmm.
The Sportsman Series here is going to have substantial money. As well as extra backing in the junior dragster bracket as well.
Mm.
So getting behind the juniors, that's a pretty big one as well, right? So, they said that they're excited to confirm their continuing support for Andra Drag Racing. Mm-hmm. That was the Summit Racing Equipment, Motorsport and Events Manager, Jim Greenleaf. While the impacts of COVID-19 have thrown a major spanner in the works for this year's Summit Racing Equipment Sportsman Series plans, we're always impressed by the passion and commitment of Andra and its membership base, and excited to continue their role in supporting them on and off the track. So they also have some big specials and stuff through Summit. I think those that are involved, Andra licensed people get a discount pricing by qualifying as Summit Racing Pro Shop members. There you go. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. But did you know that over the 7 years that they've supported the Andra drag racing community, they've put up more than $1 million?
That's not bad. Not bad. So, well done. Well done to them.
Steady Fab says, Jacob and Nick suggest that I just tell my missus I'm going to the shops and apologise on the Sunday when I get home.
I like that idea. Yeah.
Well, Jacob's car did just spin up a pretty impressive number on the dyno at Nugget Garage, Cleveland Exhaust.
Yeah. Well, he's going to be out there with that. And They're only, just a little small 1100 horsepower.
Yeah,
So
pretty impressive Crusader.
not bad at all. There's a challenge, Marv. Hey? Oh, that's huge. 1100 horsepower. Well done. Let's face it, mate. You're going to be at Warwick at least on the Saturday anyway. So
G'day, Ratfink. How you going?
I think, g'day, Ron. Mate, how was Bike Week? Was it Bike Week? I think he was at. Watched a few videos.
Or was it Biketoberfest?
I don't know. I just saw videos and watched him cruising around and people partying and dancing and smoking meat, and smoker at the camp, all that sort of stuff.
Marv says about double what I'm after.
Big numbers, eh? Big numbers. So it'll be pretty impressive. So, Ned, come on out. There's spectators at Warwick as well. So just saying, on the Saturday, which will be what's the date on Saturday? So the 31st? Yes, it's 31st on the Saturday. There'll be spectators at Warwick. You can get out there and come along and watch, and canteen will be open. And come and enjoy the atmosphere, say good day. We'll have the stall set up. We'll be filming. We'll be racing. We'll probably be pretty busy. So, yeah, it's best to come and be part of it and camp, and then we can kick back and have a beer later. All right, I've got the next slide already up, mate.
Yep. So the 2019 to 2021 400 Thunder Championship Drag Racing Series, I believe they've cancelled all the events for the rest of this year.
They have, yeah, they have.
So they did manage to get 5 events through. But they've ceased racing for the rest of this year due to COVID. As a lot of the events that they had on have been cancelled, and they just figured it's probably better to just do it again, start it up again next year.
They said at this time our proposed plan is to recommence racing again in January 2021. So as detailed in their draft for the 2019 to 21 400 Thunder Championship Drag Racing Series Super Season Calendar.
So the first one back will be January 9 for New Year's Thunder at Willowbank.
Yeah, good to see New Year's Thunder coming back. That's an event that I generally always go to New Year's Thunder for a number of years. Always get out there and watch the big boys run at that one. Don't mind just going and chilling and hanging out in the stand for it. Yeah. Then what, mate? What are they? When's that? So that's January 9? Yep.
January 9, January 22, 23.
There's some classes too. What classes have they got
Top
going?
Fuel, Pro Alcohol, Pro Stock Bike, and IHRA Pro Mod.
That's all the pro categories.
And in the sportsman categories, Super Comp, Performance Bike, Modified, Super Street, Junior Dragster, and Extreme Bike.
There you go.
Mal's dropped us $5. Thank you, Mal.
Ooh, you were early. I didn't hear the bling.
Yeah, it's coming through.
Waiting for it now. You've gone off premature. Hey?
Yeah, waiting. Round 11, January 22, 23, 2021 will be Santos Summer Thunder at Sydney Dragway. Top Fuel, Pro Slammer, Pro Stock, IHRA, Pro Mod. Thank you, Mal.
That's right.
And Super Comp, Performance Bike, Supercharged Outlaws, Top Sportsman, Modified, Super Sedan, Modified Bike, Super Street, Junior Dragster, Pro Radial, Super Gas, and Extreme Bike. So a lot of categories at that one.
Huge. And that's the new track. That'll be on the new surface at Sydney.
March 5th to 6th is at Heathcote.
Whoa, another new surface.
TBC, though.
To be confirmed, but all going well. They believe that it will be at Heathcote. And that all the upgrades and safety upgrades there means that they can run the classes there. So yeah, what are we going to have?
Pro Alcohol, Pro Stock, IHRA Pro Mod. So no Top Fuel.
No
is that
Top
one.
Fuel. But they should have enough length in the track.
Super Comp, Performance Bike, Supercharged Outlaws, Top Sportsman, Modified, Super Sedan, Modified Bike, Super Street, Junior Drag Stops, Pro Radial, Super Gas, and Extreme Bike.
Okay.
April 2, 2021, Santos Super Thunder at Willowbank, Top Fuel, Pro Slammer, Pro Stock, Supercharged Outlaws, Top Sportsman, Super Sedan, Modified Bike, Pro Radial, and Super Gas.
So we get the top fuelers back up here at Willowbank in April. Yep.
Mhm.
So January and April for us, we'll be out watching Top Fuel.
Yep. May 7th and 8th, Gulf Western Nitro Thunder in Sydney. Top Fuel, Pro Alcohol, Pro Slammer, Pro Stock, Top Fuel Bike, Pro Stock Bike, IHRA Pro Mod. So if you want to see the pro categories, that's the one to be at. Super Comp, Performance Bike, Supercharged Outlaw, Top Sportsman, Modified, Super Sedan, Modified Bike, Super Street, Junior Drag, Super Gas, Pro Radial, and Extreme Bike. Getting good at reading these off. June 9 to 13, of course, the Winter Nationals at Willowbank. Top Fuel, Pro Alcohol, Pro Slammer, Pro Stock, Top Fuel Bike, Pro Stock Bike, IHRA Pro Mod. I probably shouldn't have read that off. I should have just said it's the same ones as the last one.
No, you've read it now. You've got to keep going.
Super Comp, Performance Bike, Supercharged Outlaw, Top Sportsman, Modified, Super Sedan, Modified Bike, Super Street, Junior Drags, Super Gas, Pro Radial, and Extreme Bike.
There you go. Massive amount of classes out there for winter.
From the 2019 to 2021, is the category total rounds is Top Fuel with 8 rounds, Pro Alcohol 6, Pro Slammer 6, Pro Stock 7, Top Bike 3, Pro Stock Bike 5, IHRA Pro Mod with 5.
And then they run the banquet after the Monday after Winter Nats, so at Ipswich.
Ipswich Event Centre.
They're considering live streaming that. They haven't approached us yet. They haven't asked us. Why not? Come on, guys. We're available.
Jamie Knight, how you going?
G'day, Jamie.
Roy Ferntorp says, does the E85 qualify as alcohol class?
Wow, good question, but no. There you go. Trying to work out how to flick my stories without making the screen disappear each time.
So Duck, Donald Duck Long is who Duck is. He insists that Radial vs. the World remains relevant. This is the founder of Radials vs. the World.
That's who it is, yeah.
His premier Radial vs. the World class. It was created by Long in 2010 as an official class to prove his beloved radial races were every bit as good, as fast, and as worthy of respect as any other of their slick-tired brethren. Radials vs. the World initially started with mostly front-halved radial-clad rides in direct competition against similarly constructed cars with true 10.5-inch slicks out back. Over the years, though, the radial tyres have grown in size to accommodate ever-escalating speeds, and 33-inch tall, 10.5-inch wide slicks were allowed to meet similar needs. Additionally, the front-halved cars from both camps gradually began dropping out, making way for full-tube chassis cars or machines. Lately, though, he has been tempted to push Radial vs. the World to even farther reaches.
Yeah, I think
Says if you want to bring any car out, 17, 34.5, full-blown Pro Mod kind of thing to Radial vs. the World, the weights are already set. And as long as you meet the weight, I'm almost ready to say we'll run any door car at all, any Pro Mod, any tyre they want to put on it, as long as they take the wheelie bars off and meet the weight.
So that's the story they're saying. Radial versus the World. Open it up, meet the weight, take your bars off the back, you run whatever. They'll run their radials against it, and they'll see because they're running extremely fast times.
Yeah.
Right. They're well down in the threes, and they're saying that anything that they can come there with, then, you know, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one side effect, though, of inviting all comers is that newcomers who accept the Radial vs. the World challenge may force traditional hitters to the sidelines, or at least to lower classes on the Duck X Productions roster. Already stars like Mark Mickey, winner of the inaugural RVW Sweet 16 event, multi-time class finalist Tim Slavens, and perennial contender Mark Woodruff have abandoned Radial vs. the World in favour of Pro 275 competition.
They certainly are. They're pushing in that. and I think we got some stories around the Pro 275s, but
Yeah.
they like having those big stars, the big names in the Pro 275 class as well.
Yeah.
They're running what, 3.7s
Yeah.
in Pro 275.
More to come in the next couple of stories.
Jumping ahead, aren't they?
Yeah.
But they're running a 3.7 in that Pro 275 class.
Mm-hmm.
So it's bloody fast over there. So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, but you know, the other guys are running their 3.15s and getting what, 3.4s?
Yeah, that's what they're looking at, I think.
Yeah, 3.4s on a 3.15. Amazing times.
I don't know what tire. They don't say. The Pro Mod style cars in Radio vs. the World continually pushing the envelope and now on the verge of running 340s.
Yep. They run a 3.15. But yeah, the guys are pushing their cars back into the 275 and running, seeing who can get it done on a smaller tyre.
Yeah.
So
yeah, what do you want to see? What do you guys reckon? Do you reckon get it all in there, take the Pro Mods and...
do we need we've got a great radial series here. Maybe that's something they could bring us, is like a radial versus everyone type event here as well. So that's something maybe that we wouldn't mind seeing in Australia.
Rat Fink says, did anyone see Leah Pruitt dragster snap in two at 280 miles per hour?
Certainly did. We certainly did, and I nearly ran a story. There's some calls around wanting to change the makeup of the Top Fuel chassis at the moment because of that. So Leah Pruitt was not the only one. There was another guy as well recently. His snapped in half.
Muff said 3.
3. There you go. There's 3 that have all snapped in half recently. So they're saying that they're sort of calling for changes, and that was there's a Schumacher chassis, that one. So we talk about all our Schumacher gear that we got for sale on the website. That's quick segue there, but yeah, it's that's part of Don Schumacher Racing. So and Leah being part of that team and was running against Tony Schumacher at the time. So. All right, do you want another story?
Yep.
So there you go. So we talked about.
Got it worked out now. There you go.
I think it's working. We talked about Tim Slavens just a minute ago, running the fact that he's gone back to the 275 class.
Yep.
And well, he had a win right at Sweet 16.
He did.
So
Sweet 16 3.0 at South Georgia Motorsports Park.
So he did take out the category.
Steel-bodied Camaro.
And it's quite a popular car. This has got a bit of a following, certainly over there as well. It is quite a nice car and has a lot of people love to see it go down the track.
Yeah, this is his first major victory on radials.
Yes. So do you want to talk about... what he ran? Because obviously, I think he was running with the Pro Mod style cars, but they're on the verge of running 3.4s, and they're not there.
The wildly popular steel-bodied Camaro struggled mightily at Lights Out 11 in February, and then the COVID-19 pandemic hit. With Pro Mod style cars in Radio vs. the World continually pushing the envelope and now on the verge of running 340s, Slavens and his team wondered if staying in the class made sense. Trying to make weight out wasn't working, and staying in the 370s wasn't going to put a dent in Radio vs. the World. They once held the record in the class, but Pro 275 seemed like the perfect fit for the car. Another ragged test in Texas in Radio vs. the World setup cinched the deal, and the move to Pro 275 was in motion. They just tested. They probably made 100 passes on it, and it was just time to do something different. The Pro 275 class is a perfect fit for the car, probably made up 40 to 50 hits on that new tyre, and they started to get things figured out. Slavens and the team made good progress at the shakedown, and that momentum carried over to Valdosta and the Sweet 16. Qualifying 6th with a strong run of 382 at 207 miles per hour, as the Camaro found its sweet spot in the class, despite still weighing 2,950 pounds, or about 50 over the minimum weight. Then things started to go in his favour. This time he only made one full pass in eliminations, that being a 3.870 at 207.56 in the semi-finals. And Mickey broke out on the starting line before the finals, and Slavens clicked it off early, but it surely didn't take away from how special the moment was. It was kind of like a burden had been lifted off their shoulders. It was super gratifying and proved we belong here and have earned our right to be here. We don't run the traditional big name packages and things like that, so it feels good for our guys to have something that runs in the front of the pack.
Pretty impressive. Now, and if you also look at the times that they were running there as well, so I think didn't make the finals, but Gargus, Scott Tidwell, he's a former professional drag racer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 6 weeks ago was a former.
He's been supporting his friend
one.
Paul Gargus with his limited drag radial car. Today he owns the quickest Pro 275 car on the planet.
Because they pulled this off the trailer at South Georgia Motorsport Park
For its debut.
Yep, and give it a run there. Now this thing, it's times, Tyler, times. You got it there?
I'm trying to find it. It did run a 2750.
Yes, it did at 200.
3750, not 2750.
Yeah,
Sorry, 3750 at
200
200 mile an hour.
200 mile an hour. Did a 998 to the 60.
Yeah.
So not bad at all. 2.5 at half track. So
That's similar to your 60s.
And that was
2.5.
He did a half track in the time that I did a 60 footer. So pretty impressive, hey. And then that was the world record. So
Yeah.
I don't know whether you can play a little snippet of that.
I can find it. Let me just mute the audio for 2 seconds so I can find the part I want.
We don't want to play too much of it and get copyright strike, but we can
All right.
do a really little quick snippet. Here we
Quickly,
go.
Streetcar Culture says, would you blokes go over to the US and do race week or hot rod
Hell
drag
yes.
week? Absolutely.
Hell yeah. We hope to get over there in 2022. Here we go. Staging.
Here we go. Oh, man, Gargus is on one. Top end charger 375.0, 200 miles an hour, new world.
There you go. Wow. New world record. So there you go. Not a bad time at all, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Amazing stuff they're running there. So we've got a bit of catching up to do in Australia to get to that point yet. But we were on the way.
Mm-hmm.
And just watching the cars go down there in that time is just amazing.
Mm.
It really is. A 5 second car on the 8th is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Like watching a 5 second car go down there, you're just like, wow. And then you watch a 3 second car go down.
Yeah.
Oh my God. When you see a 3 second pass, it's pretty impressive, right?
Yeah.
And they get a hell of a lot of them over in the States, so they're really running it. So.
Streetcar Culture says, should get a few channels together and build a shitter and do it. Be mint.
Yeah. I'd even just to go and watch and be part of it, it would be amazing as well. But yeah, Nelly, I don't know. It might be easy just to buy something over there too. But yeah, I don't know if we'll get it. We're certainly not planning to get a car there by 2022, but we're planning to get to the States by 2022.
Mm-hmm.
All going well for a bit of a trip over.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll head over and do SEMA or something like that, or drag week. That's sort of the plan. So, yeah. Anyway.
Steady Fab says OTL only fans.
Yeah, that's what we need. We need that. That'll get us the funds to get there. It'll just be me drinking beers.
Pictures of smoked clutches. And
Beards and beers. Hey, there's a shirt. Beards and beers and burnouts. And barbecue. Like lots of things starting with B. There we go. All right. What else have we got? We got another story.
This is a sad story, this one.
Oh, it is actually, yeah.
This is the NHRA co-crew chief. He was killed in a car pedestrian accident in Texas.
Yeah.
Eric Lane was in his first full season with Crew's Pedregon Racing. He was killed when he was struck by a car near Mineral Wells, Texas on Monday.
When I initially heard about it, I thought, like a drag racing accident or something. But no, he was like leaving a restaurant and got hit by a car. So, yeah.
Lane had worked for funny car driver Bob Tasker III prior to taking a job late last season with Pedregon.
He was known by many as Hop.
Mm-hmm.
So, he, big following over in the States. A lot of Twitter messages and stuff went out for him from obviously all the different teams and Run Caps, Don Schumacher Racing.
Mm-hmm.
There were heaps. The NHRA sent out messages. Yeah, so sad story. We don't need to dwell on that one.
There is a GoFundMe page that has been set up for expenses and to help support his wife and daughter. I'll link that in the YouTube chat now and also in the show notes or description of wherever you're listening to the podcast if you're a podcast viewer. Watcher, listener. You're not really watching the podcast, you're listening to it.
Or if you're a watching listener, is that what you said?
No, I said if you're a watcher.
Watcher of the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to see.
You sit there and watch the little bar go across.
As long as they're not watching us on the podcast muted.
Streetcar Culture says Dave sitting on a chair drinking beer naked for 6 hours. Rat Fink says, come on over, gents.
Oh, yeah. We're definitely coming to your place. We're definitely coming over to see you.
Adam Geary says, I will cook. Rob says, beers are cheap in the US, Dave.
Laughing. That'll help. All right. Holden's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoops. Don't do that.
Go the right direction.
Just worked out how else to move that.
Holden Triumph.
Let's do it again. Click over here. Yeah, now it's working.
Holden's Triumph. But not just a triumph. It was also a tragedy at its final Bathurst 1000.
Because that's it. That's the last time we'll see the Holdens run around Bathurst, and
This is farewelling the Holden factory involvement.
Yeah. Well, I guess Holdens will still run next year, I think, don't they? But
I believe so. But it's not Holden backed, so they're not.
What is it? Every week that talks to us, phone says, "I've still not consented to it." It says, "Let's just review a few things before we started." What is it? It's the word Holden. My phone goes off. So they're going to run next year, I think, without a badge, right? There'll be no Holden badges on it, and then we change over to the Chevs the year after, the 2022. Yep. So they'll be racing. Are they doing Camaros? Are they?
Marv,
I thought it was Silverados.
I don't want to have the first turn at drag week because I'd like to buy a Chevy over there, so then I can bring it back. I got ulterior motives.
Yeah, you reckon? Well, there's
like a Chevy truck over there, I think.
I've got a few groups that I'm in, and you see some, like they come up in my marketplace ads, and you'll be like, oh, wow, shit, that's cheap. And it's in the States.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was a whole, dragster, last night, actually, a complete setup dragster, end trailer, running, engine, not a roller, ready to race, $9,000.
Yeah, wow.
And the trailer, the whole thing, whole setup.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. So.
Streetcar Culture says, boys, just take the rental on drag week. Rent a Camaro or something.
Mm.
Well, that was
We
like that
could.
guy that rented a Mustang and then broke the Cannonball record
Yeah.
in a rental Mustang with
Yep.
like a 500-litre fuel tank strapped into the back seat.
But anyway, back to our Holden story.
Holden capped off its 52-year stint at Australia's greatest motor race with an amazing win at the 2020 Bathurst 1000.
Gizzy had a win. So if you were living under a rock and you didn't watch Bathurst on the weekend, Gizzy had his first Bathurst win.
And what a race it
Garth
was.
Tanders had his fourth.
Yeah. What a race it was. Those last few laps coming down to the end with the safety cars had me on the edge of my seat.
And I was a little bit shattered at the start because I said I'd love to see Whincup and Lowndes get up.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big Craig Lowndes fan. And Jamie, I've met Jamie as well. Really nice guy in person. So I went for those. And then they were bowed out in lap 33. And when he had some sort of brain explosion, decided to try and pass them on the outside really wide. In the cutting, and hits the bloody wall.
Yeah.
So, and even I think he said himself he should have just, if he had waited, he would have passed them on that next lap anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, crazy stuff. But yeah.
Yeah. After Gizzy, after the rain shower, he played himself really well through that. Really excellent driving. Started off slow and picked up the pace even in the rain. So
he did race really well. He was just pretty consistent. And,
just watching them do basically qualifying laps for the end of the race was just awesome to see.
Scotty McLaughlin, for those Ford supporters there, did get the championship as well, which is the big prize.
Yeah.
But Bathurst is a big win. It was good to get that. But yeah, Ford have already taken out the championship there, so as well. So that's all over Red Rover for that.
Yeah.
There you go. That's that story. Move on.
Says, Gizzy, good Holden send-off. Whincup is a douche.
I've met a lot of people say that, but I've met him, and he was a really nice guy. He's driven the Ute, so he's actually he's driven Big Red. He's got a car wash just up the road here, and we rolled in Big Red, and he came out and went, "I'll take that through the car wash for you," and then we had a chat, and he went and found a pen so that he could sign the car as well, because Garth Tander and James Courtney have previously signed under the bonnet, and he saw that and he said, "Well, you can't leave here without my signature on there as well." So he ran down the street to find a paint pen, come back and signed it for me. So really, he was a really nice guy. As much as a lot of people think that he's up himself, no, I did not find that at all. Another one, a tremendously nice guy, was James Courtney. When I met him, he was truly interested in well, what have you done to your car, and he wanted to have a chat to me about the car, and and I guess he's probably like that with all his fans, but he was just he felt very genuine, and so James Courtney was extremely nice, and so was Jamie. So I was really impressed by Jamie. So that's my opinion. I met him firsthand. That's and he was extremely nice.
James Bayliss says, Marf made the best comment in Discord. To quote Marf, a Kiwi in a Holden is more Aussie than an Aussie in a Ford. Changed my mind.
That is a good comment. Well done on that one, mate. That was a good call. There you go. All right, off of Bathurst, and let's talk about. We're going to talk about
first
Supras.
Yep.
You got comments first?
First Mark 5 Supra comments? in the eights. Streetcar Culture says, I was lucky enough to meet Peter Brock as a young fella. Really nice bloke.
Yeah, well, I was never that lucky. So that would have been awesome. Scott Sherrington says a trailer here would have been worth 10 grand. You're right. I know it was. I was trying to convince Sally that should be. She's wanted a race car, and that's the one she should get. I missed a few comments here, I think, but
No, Debbie.
yeah, probably. But we can't get everyone all the ways. But don't forget to hit the like button, guys. If you haven't hit the like button, then
Hit the
it's time
thumbs
to
up.
do it. Hit the thumbs up.
There you go. Mum met the enforcer the other day. He came into the cafe for coffee
yes.
with his daughter.
Yes, yeah. I got a message, and I was a bit late. There was a message on my phone to quick look at the security cameras at the cafe because I was here working, and it was because Russell Engel was in
There you go.
buying coffee from Sally.
There you go.
Did you know that one?
I didn't.
I didn't tell you that story.
No.
Mum didn't tell you.
I usually find everything out secondhand through Paige or other people.
I do believe that his daughter may have been popping in for a few coffees over the last few days.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so Marv says it's not a Supra, it's a BMW coupe, Z4 coupe. It's a little bit similar. But
This is the first one in the 8s.
so it is the Toyota's new BMW Z4 based Supra. They certainly did copy it. But the GR Supra has used the BMW Turbo 6, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And that's given them a bit of a boost. And now they're running I think in the video they run about 3 8.9s in it. 3 times they run an 8.9.
Yeah.
So
They've been developing the car for about 14 months. And GR Supras are already laying down times like these with lightly modified engines and stock transmissions. One can't help wonder what's in store as tuners get a better feel for the platform.
yeah, now
Or
I think
for that matter, the enhanced 510 horsepower S58 motor rumoured to power an upcoming GR-MN Supra.
yeah, Golby bought one, didn't he?
I believe so.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure he's got one. He's going to run some upgrades on it. So we'll see when he gets to this point. Starts running 8-second passes in it, and probably start putting some parts out of the shop once he gets to that. And yeah, we'll see how we go. Actually, I didn't watch that one. Watched the
Johnny
dyno
Skid
video.
Pick says someone won $2,600 on sports bets thanks to WinCup. There you go. He's a nice guy. See, someone won $2,600 on him.
Yeah, they had like $5 that he'd be like the first car out or something. I think it was.
There you go.
It was like a $5 bet that yeah, he'd be first out of the race. Anyway, still on Toyotas. That way.
Shane Kane says, I met Harry Firth at our car club speech night in 1994. What a magical night. There you go.
Wow.
And Marv says that 60 foot of 1.229 was freaking nuts.
1.229 60. There you go. That is pretty insane. And actually, if you watch the video, that and the links will be in the show notes of the as well for the for those in the podcast. I don't know. Tyler doesn't give us any show notes for those in the video. Yeah, you're a bit slack on that.
No.
But you can find that on Car Advice, is it? No? Where is it? Where's that story? Drive somewhere. I don't know.
The Drive.
The Drive.
You can probably find all the stories linked in our Discord, so.
Yeah, that's true. It is in Discord. Marv shared this in Discord, that story. And what was I going to say about it? I don't even know now. Completely forgot. Oh, the video. Yeah, no, I don't know.
All right, next story. Toyota
Sounds
GR
like
Yaris prototype hints at a hotter still GR-MN version. So is there an even angrier GR Yaris just around the corner?
Yeah, now they've
Yeah.
just sold a lot of these, right?
Yeah.
So you've
They
a lot of
sold
people.
1,000 in Australia, pre-orders.
Yep. And then that was at $39,990. You could pre-order it by $39,990. Then they did
it was
another.
like a $14,000 discount.
They did another 500 or something at 44 or 45,
Yeah, I can't remember.
right? And it's going to be 49. But now they're sort of like saying, oh, maybe there's a quicker, faster one.
This is the
It's
GR-MN.
completely unconfirmed.
Gazoo Racing Meister of Nürburgring.
So they had it at Nürburgring, so that's been spotted at Nürburgring.
Yeah.
That's the one that you could buy for $39,990. But they spotted one at Nürburgring with a bigger wing.
There is some substantial differences. The massive rear wing, new vented front guards, a set of aero canards on the front bumper, round out the body changes.
And check out the wheels. Look at the wheels.
Yeah.
What do you think of those wheels?
Yeah, I think they might be hiding something.
Look terrible, don't they?
I think it's probably due to trying to hide something.
Yeah, they're running some smaller wheels in the back.
Bit of a control time, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, perhaps more interesting though is this particular Yaris's lowered stance and lightweight wheels, which, although mismatched on this test car, appear to run rubber wider than the 225/40 R18s under the GR Yaris. Ultimately, though, it's not known what Toyota is testing here. Already, the body modifications differ from those adapted for motorsport versions of the car seen in Japan, so a customer racing program seems likely. In its current form, the 200 kilowatt, 370 newton meter, 1.6 litre turbo 3-cylinder engine, it boasts some impressive output figures. Particularly alongside its rivals like the 147 kilowatt Polo GTI and Fiesta ST, with engine output figures and all-wheel drive traction pushing the GR Yaris towards hot hatches from the next class up.
It will be interesting to see whether, Marv said Golby bought a pair of them. He got a white one and a black one. Jamie is usually in the chat. I haven't seen Jamie tonight. He's got one on order. Is it the lowest spec Yaris that you've bought? And there may be a higher spec one coming out.
With the engine already delivering a decent 123.6 kilowatts per litre, there may not be too much more room to improve, though comparatively, a Mercedes AMG A45S, the one car that beat you at Queensland Raceway, is rated at 155.7 kilowatts per litre.
They're actually impressive numbers out of that Yaris. So I know it's a Yaris, but and I know it's a 3-cylinder, but it's good. Be a great daily.
The Hoff says, "Is this GR BMW Supra and the Yaris where our car future lies? If so, I'm going boating."
Time for an R33, says the Hoff.
James Baylor says, "I didn't think
he wants to buy your R33."
James Baylor says, "I didn't think you were a 33 fan."
There you go. You can start working on yours to get practice in. Joel says he's bring back the old touring car races. He watches the racing for the Muscle Car Masters. I love the Muscle Car Masters as well. Can't beat the old school stuff. Yep. Love watching Johnny Bow in the Tirana. Just watching the in-car camera on that. And yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Mitchell R says I-30N for life.
Yes.
It'd be interesting to see how they stack up against the new Yaris.
That's the challenge, right?
Mm-hmm.
But these are the cars that our kids will be reminiscing about, in 20 odd years' time. The cool i30Ns and the BMW Supras and
they'll be on Club Red
Yarises and close to it. So there you go. Yeah, we won't get the 2Js out of Hoff's life, Scotty. You're right. And well, they're quick. So, do you want me to do another story? Move to the next one.
Mal says, "Nice dig, Tyler. Does that mean the A45 will chop you?" Maybe. 2 boosted cars up against each other.
That's a test. We'll have to get it out to. You could run it Fridays.
Yeah, I thought about it.
Yeah. Because have you taken?
I think
day off?
Pardon?
You put in for that day off yet?
No, I forgot. I usually put in for them like a week out because I forget.
I know. You got to put in for that day off.
Yeah, well, you need to remind me when it is, and I probably if I'm going to do something like
End
that,
of November. It's our cars and coffee weekend.
I definitely need a health check on the car before I did something like that.
Well, once you get to a road trip and stuff, you might be able to book in with the Hoff.
Mm-hmm.
Go get it fingered. So what are they doing today at the moment with 2020 Ford Shelby GT500s? This is the new destination for them all, is it?
Yeah,
this is what they do with all of them? Or?
Yeah, they're using them for vehicle extrication training.
They're crazy. Well, really? That's the...
Yeah, cutting them up.
They couldn't find a cheaper car to
This
use?
rapid red Shelby GT500 was cut up by firefighters in training. But
is it a bit of a waste?
it's just a test mule. So the 6-digit price tag for a fully loaded Mustang Shelby GT500 doesn't really apply here.
Well,
But this one is equipped with
anymore.
a carbon fiber track pack, an $18,500 option. But this one here
and they
is
chopped it.
Yeah, so essentially these test ones are never close to legal road standards.
Oh,
So they don't reach
have you got the after
legal
photo?
use.
What did they do to it?
Yeah, I'll try and bring it up.
Yeah, it didn't work for me either. There you go, got it. There's the after photo. So much for the track back. That's what they did with it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that, Tyler? We mightn't be Ford fans, but it's a bit harsh.
Well, if it's never going to make it onto the road, I guess. I don't know. I guess someone could have turned it into a drag car. Marv says, no, it's not a waste, Dave, as it saved a future crowd somewhere.
I think James said, one less Mustang out to hurt innocent civilians. Oh, Joel Bowen, yes. I actually only just saw that video today because I didn't see it on the day. But Lowndes in the was racing in like was a HG or HT Monaro, HK, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
Going down through the dipper and
You almost
got a
lost
bit
it.
loose. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, did you watch it on the day? Did you see
Yeah.
it? Yeah. I only saw. I missed that. So
Yeah.
I think we were doing a run to the dump or something and missed part of the day of Bathurst. Brad was here helping. We're clearing some space for the OTL shop. I don't know. What are we going to call that?
No
thing?
idea.
We still don't have a name for it. You got
No idea.
You got Freedom Factory. You know
That's a little bit different. That's a racetrack.
you got the you got the Nugget Garage.
Yeah, the Shank Shack.
You got the Skid Factory, the Shank Shack. You know, what are we going to call the Overtaking Lane shed? The
No idea.
garage, the OTL garage.
No
That's
idea.
pretty out there. I really put some
Yeah, it's
effort
like
into that name, didn't I?
There's a restaurant nearby too. Hamo's Tropical Barbecue Beer Garden.
Yes, well, we're going to come up with a good name for that.
We'll work it out.
We'll have to, maybe we need to put some competitions up somewhere for names of things like.
Yeah, but then you'll get
We'll give away
your
a
shed
shirt
will
or
be
something.
called Sheddy McShedface or something like that.
Well, we get to pick which
Oh,
one.
we get to pick. Okay, I thought maybe you meant
If I like it, I'll
like
pick it
there's
and then I'll give them a shirt.
like there's a poll or something like that. Like, haven't you seen those?
Or-
They always end up with there was the boat. They got the tugboats named Boaty McBoatface, and the horses
Yes, I
named
saw
Horsey
that.
McHorseface. And
I did see that. Yeah.
so you could have
Good, 'cause
Sheddy
that was the
McShedface.
votes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can't let people vote. It could be bad. So, yeah. All right, move on.
Stephen Chandler says you were probably pulling trees out, Dave.
Horsepower house.
Mal says dead
We
heat.
were
sh-
pulling trees out.
Mal.
Brad was Beck were here helping.
Mal says dead heat shed.
Dead heat. Yeah, yes, I get it. Sorry, it took me a minute.
Brad says dash. Dave and Sally's horsepower house.
Mm-hmm. That worked. Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't read the first bit.
James Bayless says clutch free zone. Marv said Tyler's 33 would definitely be called Bodie McBoatface 2.0.
That could be your shirt.
Steel
Beards
burner.
and Burnouts Barn. Yes. Hey, that's good.
Dave's Cave says Skid Pig.
Dave's game. it's another good one. We come up with something. I need something because we're about to shoot a video on it. If the concreters ever turn up, they were meant to be here Monday. They didn't come, and then they were meant to be Tuesday. They didn't come. They said we'll be here later in the week. They didn't come today.
And it rained. Well, it rained.
And then it rained, and then they said, "Oh, we can't come because it's raining, and then we can't start it in case it rains." So it's now next week. So it's frustrating. But,
DFaz says, what about Stroke at Garage?
Stroke at Garage.
Marv says beards, beers, and boobs.
I think that's just a beards, beers, and burnouts. That's a shirt. That should be Dave Ray. I'm the same. Look, everyone comes up with these great names for their cars, except for Nuggets. They just come up with guys' names there, Hoff. But even that, Kevin, and it all works, doesn't it? What do I come up with? What's the number plate on? It's got a nickname of Big Red now, but what's the number plate on that? 1 SS V8.
Yeah,
that's the best.
I think Big Red came from the community as well.
Yeah, I think people started calling it Big Red, and then that's just stuck.
James Baylor says smoke and garage, food or clutches. The Hoff says build it yourself and do it. That's the challenge.
Yes. Yeah, that's he's talking about
the car.
Car, yep.
Yep.
So yeah, I've been watching Cletus in the last few runs.
Mm-hmm.
What have we got? We got another story up on the screen.
Yes.
Broncos. So the Broncos, they didn't have a very good year. This year,
Joel
did they,
Bowen
Broncos?
says it was the actual Bathurst Monaro that Brocky raced, I think, worth hundreds of thousands, was only just sold at
really?
auction recently.
Oh, that could have been messy.
Mad Dad says the Prem Shack.
The Prem Shack. Yeah.
And Marv says Clifford, the big red ute.
Clifford.
I don't know. Do you remember Clifford,
the big
red
dog?
Yeah.
Was he a big red dog?
Yeah.
Or was he?
I believe so. All right. The Ford Bronco is right-hand drive capable, says Ford engineer.
Yeah, so they've confirmed that this is actually right-hand drive capable because its bones
are a Ford Ranger.
Correct. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
Yeah,
you just finished my sentence. It was that's all I had for this whole story.
Ford
you finished it for me.
Ford is yet to confirm that a right-hand
just gonna
drive
hang out
Bronco
over here
will
while
be
you
coming.
finish it.
But a recent interview has confirmed that it's far from impossible and could pave the way for an Australian-delivered Bronco in the future. So Ford has repeatedly gone on the record to say that we shouldn't expect a right-hand drive Bronco anytime soon. Wraith says... Wraith? I don't know who... I missed the rest of his name.
Oh.
Paul Wraith.
Yep.
He's the Bronco and Bronco Sport chief designer. He said, but we did look at right-hand drive, and Bronco is intensely famous here in the US, but it's pretty famous, or at least it was famous elsewhere in the world. We're always open to do all sorts of things in the future, but right now we're left-hand drive focused. So while Wraith didn't rule it in, he also stopped short of ruling it out. So
No one talked to Walters, so did they?
it's probably a joke that I don't understand a reference.
He's coaching the Broncos
Oh,
next year. Yeah.
I have no idea. I haven't really been watching this
the new
following the NRL at the moment.
Is the new coach of the Broncos?
Okay.
How could you miss that?
I don't know. I don't read the news. I look at car news. That's about all that pops up.
Bit of radio silence there.
Mel says HJ House. Everyone loves a HJ. Ratfink says Overtaking Garage. Dave Ray says +1 for what Ratfink said, Overtaking Garage.
Overtaking Garage, the right lane house. I don't know.
Streetcar Culture says Beard Barn. Yes, call it barn to trigger people.
Your shed looks like a barn. Streetcar.
Craig Davies says Bronco looks sweet. I'd rock one. Can buy it with 35s and lockers.
Yes.
Joel Bowen says, my HX Sandman Rego is SHA 977.
Went all in. The Broncos do look good. They're a cool looking little, big sort of medium sized car. They do look good.
If you want something similar now, just get a Jimny.
You can get a Jimny with a Bronco
Body kit.
Yeah.
The SSC Chutara. I probably mispronounced that.
We're talking American cars, so if we're not talking Broncos, we're talking Chutaras because they're...
Or SSC. This is the world's fastest production car. G'day, Dodgy Brothers Engineering. How you going?
Hey, Dodge.
So, American Hypercar rewrites the record books on home soil with an extraordinary top speed. The SSC Chutara has reset the world's fastest production car benchmark, wresting the title from the grasp of Koenigsegg and kicking Nevadan desert sand in the face of Bugatti in the process.
So it's killed the Bugatti.
So it hasn't just broken existing records though. It absolutely slaughtered, murdered. They're gone. That's it.
Really?
61 kilometers an hour faster than the previous mark recorded by Koenigsegg Agera RS in 2017. 508.73 kilometers an hour on a two-way average. Like Koenigsegg, SSC used an 11-kilometer stretch of the State Route 160 highway outside of Las Vegas, setting the record on the morning of Saturday, October 10. In order to claim an official world record, 2 speed runs must be made in opposing directions within an hour of each other, which is why the Bugatti Chiron Supersport's mark of 490 kilometers per hour set at AR Era Lacine test track was not officially recognized. The Chutara's first run of 484.53 kilometers per hour was backed up by a mind-blowing second run of 532.93 kilometers per hour,
oh my gosh,
allowing it to not only break the outright speed record, but also the record for fastest flying mile on a public road at 503 kilometers an hour and fastest flying kilometer on a public road at 517 kilometers per hour. And it could have gone even faster, says racing driver Oliver Webb. Was at the wheel. He said, there was definitely more in there, and with better conditions, I know we could have gone faster. As I approached 532 kilometers per hour, the Chutara climbed almost 30 kilometers an hour within the last 5 seconds. It was still pulling well. As I told Jared, the car wasn't running out of steam yet. The crosswinds are all that prevented us from realizing the car's limit.
That's insane.
Jared refers to Jared Shelby, the 52-year-old founder of SSC. While no relation to Carroll, Jared clearly has a similar love of horsepower, saying in a statement, it's been 10 years since we held this record with our first car, the Ultimate Aero, and the Chutara is leagues ahead.
So, 500 kilometres an hour. Andy Wallace did a story we spoke to which car quite a while back about what it's like to drive at over 500 kilometres an hour. I think he said the main issue is directional instability. So getting up to 450 is quite manageable, but after that the car moves around a lot and you have the feeling that you're not controlling the car as much as you'd like. It's nice to have full control, and after about 450 you realise that's not true anymore. It's nothing to do with the tyres nor the aerodynamics. It's just physics. It's not as if there are any vibrations. It's super smooth. It's just that the front wheels are spinning so quickly. It's the inertia. The gyroscopic effect. You make a steering input and the car just wants to keep turning. If there's a crosswind and you get pushed to one side of the track, you turn slightly to get back and it wants to keep turning. So you're continuously turning left and right just to go straight. So that's just a bit about what it's like to be driving at 500 kilometres an hour. What do you reckon? Quick. It's quick.
Marf says he still had 7th gear to go.
Really?
Joel Bowen says that's a play on words. It's meant to be Shag 77. The SHA 6 or 977, sorry.
Yes, okay. I get it.
Trevor Smith says
I
life
probably needed
begins
to
at
see
500 kilometres per hour.
I needed to see it. I was just listening to you read it.
Craig Davies said, my old LPG XF took 10 seconds to get to 30 kilometres an hour.
Yeah, it was a bit like that in the HJ when we first got it. It was running straight LPG. She wasn't too quick.
Dodgy Brothers says Lola felt that at 160 mile per hour, not on the bike, in a car.
I thought, anything over 200 kilometres an hour was pretty quick on the bike too. So back in my bike days. But you certainly notice things come up on you pretty quick. So, change stories.
Streetcar Culture says, yes, I called mine a barn and the internet got angry despite it being a 30-year-old barn with a sliding door.
There you go.
Dan Jazz says, it's only 400 kilometres per hour quicker and 1,600 horsepower more than my car. I'm getting slower every day.
All right, well, there's a new show coming out. So, or a car-based series. Yeah.
New electric road car-based series. Supercharge will be managed by ex-Stewart and Jaguar Formula One team commercial director Rob Armstrong, who latterly served as the global head of motorsport for World Rallycross promoter IMG. His fellow co-founder is Max Welty, formerly of the Sauber F1 and World Sports Car concerns before becoming principal of the Swiss A1 GP and director of Lamborghini's motorsport programs.
Basically, this is going to be 8 teams made up of 2 cars, which will be powered by a 40 kilowatt battery.
40 kilowatt hour battery, yeah.
Yep. Drive both front and rear axles for a total of around 500 kilowatts, 660 horsepower. They expect a 0 to 62 mile per hour time of 2.5 seconds. The cars will have a standardised tubular frame rolling chassis to bring the cost down, but the teams can then customise the bodywork to resemble any associated manufacturers and develop the battery systems. And it's hoped that they can, filter these off, of course, to the OEM road car platforms.
Driver aids such as launch control, traction control, and brake-by-wire are forbidden, and Autosport understands that prototype vehicles should be ready for the second half of 2021. 8 events are planned for Season 1, 3 in Europe, 3 in Asia-Pacific region, 1 in the USA, and 1 in the Middle East. And are set to be held in parks and industrial areas near to major cities.
So there's a street events. Now, what's interesting about it is there's 15 races on a mixed surface 1 kilometre circuit, which feature a 2.5 metre jump. Hey?
Yeah.
A World RX style Joker lap, dubbed a Super Looper, and a water gantry obstacle.
There you go.
So, split into 4 heats, the 2 semi-finals and a grand final format, akin to that they used in the World RX and recently adopted by Extreme E, all-electric SUV off-road racing championship that launches in 2021. Armstrong said that Alejandro Agag, the Formula E co-founder and Extreme E founder, and Gene Todt have done a great job pioneering electric motorsport. So this is where we're heading with motorsport now. So as things like Supercar Series starts to die a long, slow death, we're going to have electric vehicles running industrial areas on 1 kilometre circuits with water gantry obstacles and 2.5 metre high jumps.
Interesting. Craig Davies says Electric Ninja Warrior, sorry.
It's a bit like that.
Brad says shed name Dave's Concrete Kingdom.
Concrete Kingdom.
James Baylor says House of OTL. Trevor Smith says OTL World
good.
Headquarters.
Yes.
Dodgy Brothers Engineering says, imagine the downforce they must be generating to go that fast before it felt unstable.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's got to be massive. So, yeah, we'll wait and see what this electric series is like. I don't know. It's different. Like Formula E is already fairly different, right? Like they have that. They have a crowd thing. They have a boost lane. Yeah. So you can run through that and you get extra power.
You have to
15%
run
or
off
whatever.
the
off the
run
race
off
line.
the race line, but you get more power. And then there's also the fan boost.
Yeah, so people
Which you
that
get
are
like-
spectators can vote for their favourite car, and it gives them more power.
It gives them a boost that they can use during the race. One time boost, I believe.
So, but then they also go flat during the race.
Mm.
So there's cars that just die out because the batteries didn't last the race.
Yeah. Shane Kane says Ken Block is all over it.
Yes, yeah, he is. It's the new electric rally car. Anyway, electric. They're saying you should also invest in an electric charging station, particularly, maybe not in your house, but unless you're buying an electric car, then maybe you want one.
Mm.
But
particularly if you're a small to medium business.
So they're saying that it's a good time now to put in a charging station in your business, because at some point there's going to be a requirement, and when that happens, it'll be more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So, they'll put a requirement in, the government will say you need it. At that point, it'll become somewhat more expensive, and there's an option to get in early. Be that person that gets in early. So, would you put a charging system in your business if you do, or if you had a small business? They're saying that it could actually boost customers in, and that you might get more customers coming to your business, because there is going to be a growing need for these EV charging stations, and it could end up being a worthwhile investment that gives better amenities to your business and attracts the customers into your business. And also, you get to be seen as this brand that promoting green and, good with environmental issues and all the rest of it. So puts you as an environmentally friendly type business with great brand values. So also, there's things like data that you can get from that, because they're actually, these charging stations are equipped to give insights from the vehicles, such as kilowatt usage, costs, CO2 savings, and stuff like that, and that can be compiled for reporting in many different scenarios. So, and then of course, just keeping all those green electric car customers coming into your business, good customer retention. So I don't know. Do you think it's a worthwhile thing that people should be thinking about now at this point, getting in early and putting these sorts of things into their business? All right, go to the next one. Talking.
Rob says I wouldn't.
charges.
Rob says I wouldn't ever put one in mine. Major conflict of interests.
That's a good point. That is a good point. Unless you start working on EV vehicles, and look, MTAQ in with their a lot of apprentice run through there,
Mm-hmm.
In the auto industry apprenticeships. Now they have all different sections in there to do with EV now,
Yeah.
right? Like it's growing for them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the way that things are going to head at some point, I guess.
Mm. The 2021 Tesla Model 3 pricing and specs detailed. The electric car now significantly cheaper following the first big update. But I still wouldn't call it cheap, really. I don't know. That's my opinion.
Still up there, but
But yeah, the entry-level standard range plus is now $7,000 cheaper at $66,900 plus on-road costs, while the mid-range long range is down $7,800 to $83,201, and the flagship Performance is $6,500 more affordable at $94,901.
so that's equivalent to what a HSV or was when they were making them,
Mm.
like a GDS or whatever, was sort of up around that $90,000 mark.
Yeah.
That's what it would cost you to get into the top of the line Tesla.
The Performance model.
I guess that's somewhat equivalent. And now these things are quick.
Mm.
That's a very fast car with very quick acceleration.
Yeah, the standard range plus does 0 to 100 in 5.6 seconds.
I haven't got to drive one, and I don't
And
know
the-
of
the
any
perf-
way that I can, but if
the
there-
performance
anyone
reaches-
out there that wants me to drive there,
The performance one reaches triple digits in 3.3 seconds.
There you go. There you go. That's not bad. I would like to. I'd like to take one for a drive. So
Mhm.
just saying.
Yeah.
Not that I would know anyone that's got one, or
No.
if you are out there watching, speak up. Anyway, electric cars.
Dodgy Brothers Engineering says, I plan to have a fairly sizable charger at home for my trike, but don't know if it will catch on for business who are not directly connected.
We've got a couple of stories left before we jump into the quiz.
Mhm.
Who have we got tonight in the quiz?
Paige and Scotty.
Paige taking on Scotty. Right.
A Lamborghini driver is set to face court over alleged high-speed chase with cops in Bondi. I sound like I'm on 9 News. A Lamborghini driver to face court.
And
That's-
that doesn't
that's
sound like
American
Lamborghinis. So police will allege that a 27-year-old Lamborghini driver was going 170 kilometres in an 80-kilometre-an-hour zone and doing one thing when cops tried to stop him. What was he doing? That one thing? What was the one thing? I didn't.
He went 170 kilometres in an 80 kilometre an hour zone. That's pretty impressive that it went for 170 kilometres.
He was doing 170 kilometres an hour in an 80 zone. Did I leave that out of my news reading story?
The man allegedly drove past them in a grey Lamborghini LP 610-4 Huracan going 170 kilometres per hour on Sid Enfield Drive at Bondi Junction. Police will allege that when officers tried to stop the vehicle, it accelerated and changed lanes, forcing another car to take evasive action before it eventually came to a stop on Oxford Street.
There you go. And he was he wasn't actually the owner of the vehicle.
No, he's not the registered owner.
So someone let him drive their Lambo, and he was doing 170 in an 80 zone in a car worth nearly $500,000.
He was issued with a court attendance notice for a motor vehicle exceeding the speed limit by more than 45 kilometres per hour and driving in a dangerous manner. His licence was also suspended.
Naughty boy. So he's lucky that he didn't end up like this guy in the McLaren. Eh?
Joel Bowen says, I read an article recently stating GM pulled out of Australia. We're a bunch of bogans in their eyes, and by 2023, GM will have launched 20 new models of the cars, including an electric Corvette.
Yeah, we talked about some electric stuff for the Corvettes, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even.
They were hinting at it, yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah. I think we've mentioned that in a story previously. I don't remember exactly, but
Dan Jess says, Tesla be a great daily, but I'm sure I can't get one for $2,000, which is my limit for drive cars.
yeah. Well, I'm happy to drive someone else's.
Dodgy Brothers Engineering says, don't do that in Sydney. It costs you $1,700. Don't ask me how I know.
Expensive.
So this McLaren 570 GT coupe was crushed by an Audi Q5 in Sainsbury car park.
It was written off after a crash with an Audi. The McLaren coupe was worth what, $415,000, and appeared to have been crushed by that black Audi which is flipped on its side.
Streetcar Culture says, are the materials used to build these chargers green? Surely the range of EV vehicles will extend, so not every business needs a charger. Does every business have a fuel pump? We have done a couple of stories and talked about like the greenness of EVs and
the cost, where the cost neutral. Now I don't know where that's changed. Now that story was probably a year ago that we talked about that story, and it was about the fact that
when you become emissions neutral,
they don't become emissions neutral till they get over 125,000 Ks or so, because of the cost of create the battery and all the materials used to make the car and everything, the rest of it. Like there's a period that they've used so much in the way of emissions to make that it's 125,000 Ks before they get to that point to just work off what they've already done.
And then you replace the battery and you reset to zero.
Yeah. So, but maybe batteries are getting better across the last 12 months. And
Maybe so.
And at that point, there was only a few actually around that were at that amount of Ks. It was very limited. So not many had actually got to that point. But anyway, this crash was in a bloody parking lot, right?
Yeah, this McLaren involved in the smash is understood to have a recommended retail price of 287,000 Australian dollars. That's the equivalent of what it is in the UK, but costs closer to $415,000 in Australia due to associated on-road and freight costs.
I had to cut the guy out of the Audi, apparently. They're unsure how he got into that position.
Yeah. It's impressive.
Yeah. So, but in a parking lot. There you go. There you go. Must be time to do some quizzing. Get my scoreboard.
Dodgy Brothers Engineering says, about it being a fair point by streetcar culture, most people home charge only really need to top up at work, and you don't need mega charges for that.
Fair point. Fair point. I should put a slide up for the quiz. Is that what you're waiting for? Oh.
I hit the right button.
There it is. Quiz time. And here we go. Quiz master, Tyler J.
Hello. Good evening, Paige. How you going? Oh, hang on. I got to turn our audio up. There we go. I can hear you now.
Good evening, Paige.
Hello, hello.
Hey.
You might need to
How are
turn your
you?
radio down. I can hear it in the background.
I turned it off.
Turn the wireless. Turn down your wireless. And have we got anyone else here?
Not yet.
No? Just,
I was early.
It's just you. Just hanging out. Just chilling. How are you, Paige?
Yeah, I'm good. Just chilling, making some spag bowl.
Oh.
There you
Dinner.
go.
Bit of dinner.
That's the one.
You got some questions there lined up, Tyler?
Oh, I do. I certainly do.
Scotty, yes, might have fell asleep.
Maybe he has.
It's later down there for him. He's on daylight savings time. Is he still with us?
Yeah,
Here he
Hey,
is.
there he is.
yeah, I'm here.
Thought you might have went to sleep, mate.
No, not quite. Close.
Getting there.
Yeah.
It is getting a bit later for you, isn't it? So, bloody New South Wales
Big
time.
day too.
Really?
Big day.
Yeah. Hopefully it was something exciting.
No, just work.
Ah, damn. Damn. All right. Wow. That means he's tired, Paige. You got a chance here to take Scotty out.
For once in my life.
You got to remind me too, Scott. We already owe you a shirt from last time, so we've got some getting printed.
Yeah.
What size have I got to send you?
I think it was a large.
Large. Send you a large. All right. We'll get one in it down. We'll get one of the. We said when we got a new one out, we'd get it down to you.
That's cool. Yeah.
So all right. Well, Tyler, Quizmaster Tyler, over to you.
All right. We'll test the buzzers first, Scotty
Scott.
and Paige.
Paige.
Well done, guys. Well done. On the board, one each.
All right. Question number 1. Shane Van Gisbergen won Bathurst over the weekend with Garth Tander. For Gizzy,
Scott.
it was Scott.
In a hole.
That wasn't the end of the question. No.
Okay.
That's incorrect. You're gonna hit the. What's the
For Gizzy, it was his first victory, but how many wins has Tander had? Is it A, 3, B, 4, or C, 5? Paige?
B4.
Well done. You were listening earlier in the show.
I might have guessed that.
Scotty went for the France moment.
That's 2-1 if we're counting the buzzers. That's the first points.
All right, question number 2. Lewis Hamilton just won his 91st race, tying Michael Schumacher. But what year was his first win? Is it A, 2007, B, 2008, or C, 2009?
Paige.
Paige?
A.
That's correct. It is.
How did
The
you know
answer is
that?
A. During his rookie season, Lewis achieved pole position and the race win at the Canadian Grand Prix.
Did you guess that?
Absolutely.
Well done. Well done. 3-1.
Question number 3. What does ABS stand for?
Scott,
Scott?
anti-lock braking system.
Correct.
3-2.
Oh, geez, I'd screw this one up. Question number 4. Spell Koenigsegg.
Page.
Scott,
Page?
Koenigsegg. C-O-N.
No. Scotty?
K-O-N.
No.
I have no idea.
Oh, K-O-E-N.
Koenigsegg.
No points for that one.
Yep. Yeah, as soon as I heard the buzzer, I realised I left the E.
Question number 5. True or false? Nico Hulkenberg has driven in both Racing Point F1 cars this season.
Page.
Page?
True.
That is correct.
You had a 50-50 chance, didn't you?
I did.
He replaced Sergio Perez at the British Grand Prix and replaced Lance Stroll at the German Grand Prix.
That's 4-2.
Question number 6. Which NBA basketball star recently bought a NASCAR team? Is it A, LeBron James, B, Shaquille O'Neal, or C, Michael Jordan?
Page.
Page?
Scott.
A.
It is not LeBron James. Scotty?
It's Shaquille.
It was Michael
No,
Jordan.
It was
Oh.
Jordan.
Michael teamed up with 3-time series champ Denny Hamlin, for the creation of his new team with Bubba Wallace as their driver.
I've just seen the comments there. Dodgy spelt Koenigsegg in there.
KDN, JSD, JSF, JSA, JFG. Well done.
Close.
There you go, Dodgy. Well done. Question number 7.
We're still 4-2. Still 4-2.
Question number 7. In this week's video, what was the number plate on the Lexus IS200?
I don't know that.
Scott.
Scott?
EVLIS? EVLX?
No.
Oh, what was it?
Paige, you have a guess
Paige.
first, or?
I've got no idea.
All right, it was not. I've got no idea. It was Hate SR20 or H8 SR20.
That's right, yep.
Yeah.
Question number 8. What was the name of the event that we were at?
Page.
Page?
Oh, now I've forgotten. No. No. I've passed.
Scotty?
It was... I don't know.
We mentioned at the
I know
top of
where
the
you
show.
were.
Maybe a story similar about it.
Was it... was it Junga Bunga?
No.
No?
The road trip
It was
test and
Ender.
tune.
Oh, it was a testing tune, yeah.
A road
Yep.
trip. Yep.
Question
4-2 still. 4-2.
Question number 9. What did I type into Google when I realised
Page.
that I'd Page?
Dave's Overtaking Lane. Something.
Scotty?
Dave's time? Dave's...
Dave from Overtaking Lane.
Overtaking Lane, yeah.
Paige, you were there. Weren't you filming it?
Not that part. I filmed the other part.
She filmed me say, wait, what was that?
There you go.
One take as well. All of it.
Well done. We're one take wonders always.
Question number 10. Who is faster, me or Dad?
Page.
Paige?
Scott.
Same.
Scotty?
No. You are, Tyler. By 6 kilometres an hour. Miles an hour, sorry.
Well done. Yeah, I am faster with my 86 mile per hour trap speed. And that was question number 10.
And
That means
Paige
that
wins.
Paige is in front. 4-3, or if we take off the buzzer scores, 3-2.
There you go. Congratulations, Paige.
Wowza.
Well done. New carryover champion. Scotty, lucky you already owed a shirt anyway. You still come out a prize winner. But we do have a
I'll
new
be
carryover champion, so we know that you'll be back in there to have another crack at that. And we got him on a tired night, and Paige was just too quick in with the buzzer.
Yeah.
Quick,
You were guessing.
quick buzzer and some quick guesses. Well done. Well done.
Thanks.
Well done, Paige.
Thanks, Scott.
There you go. So Holden's back for the win.
Yep.
Hey, Paige Holden in for the win. Well done.
Yep.
A few comments in there in the chat coming up. Well done, Paige. There you go. Few cheer outs. Thank you, Scott. As always,
No worries.
mate. And we'll look to see you back in the draw to have another crack and get back on the show again.
Yeah, we'll do.
Mate, excellent work. Thank you. All right. Anything else for our quizzes, Tyler?
We got the bonus question,
Okay.
which is put in by Marv.
Yep.
Well, actually, all these questions were done by Marv this week. He did all the questions this week. Bonus question: why did Tyler do better than Dave? Paige?
Because it was quicker per mile.
No. Scotty?
Because he's got a turbo.
No, that's not.
No.
That's also not the
Because
answer.
because he didn't break his clutch.
Because I didn't burn
What
the
is
clutch
Marv
out in the
come-
first run.
So true. So true. Well, thank you guys. We'll let you go back to the chat. We might have to spin up the Marv Hoff wheel. But we'll talk to you again next week. Paige, Tyler might see you before that. And we'll see you back
Hope
in.
he does.
We'll see you back in the chat, Scotty.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
See ya.
See you later. Better leave that up, otherwise I'll have no sound for my Marv Hoff wheel like last week.
Your Marv off or Marv Hoff?
Marv Hoff.
It's the Marv off wheel. All right. Johnny's in. He just said he's entered.
There you go.
The new quiz giveaway is up in Discord. So if you want to be on the show and have a crack at the quiz, it is all fun. And you get 8 weeks to get a free shirt. And there's always something special if you get to 16. So, all right. Are you ready for the wheel?
In a moment.
You're there? You're not there yet?
No, I'm testing something out.
Oh, okay. Well, otherwise we'll
You can start on the what's on if you like.
the what's on. I really should open that up before we get to this part of the night. Never really think about it. It's actually probably easier if I just do it on my phone in the calendar. But it is on the what's on page on the website.
All right, there we go. You see the center of the wheel now?
Oh, it's special.
All right, we're ready. We're ready to spin the Marv Hoff wheel.
Spin it.
This is a real banger, this one.
Real banger. The Hoff.
The winner is the Hoff.
The Hoff is back after a few weeks of Marv starting to catch up. Looks like the Hoff is back. So welcome back to the Hoff, to the win. For those that it might be new if they wonder what the Marv Hoff wheel is. Well, I don't know. You just have to go back and watch a heap of episodes and try and work it out. But it's here.
I wonder what the people on the podcast think when they just hear this music playing.
I have no idea what's going on.
The first time tuning in.
All right, we've got.
Cheers, Rob. It is a flash-looking wheel tonight. Dodgy Brothers Engineering says, just wanting to put it to public vote, but my wife just put zucchini on my pizza. Is that grounds for divorce?
Zucchini on pizza. I've never had zucchini on pizza, but we do put zucchini in bolognese. Yeah. That's how we used to sneak a few veggies into him. Skitty bolognese gets grated zucchini.
You put milk in there as well?
Yeah.
Spaghetti bolognese.
Yeah. And then rissoles. We used to put zucchini in rissoles as well.
You put them in the burger patties as well.
Yeah, the burger patties in the cafe got a bit of zucchini in them.
Mm-hmm.
Carrot and zucchini.
Marf was hoping for 13.10, but it's 14.9.
14.9. So there's a it says it's test and tune. Is this still there? Test and tune at Willowbank? No, that event's not available anymore. That's been taken down. Ignore that.
Streetcar Culture says, gets you excited for pizza, then wax water on it.
So, but all that's on in my calendar for Friday is munchies. That's all I got.
Okay.
That's all I got for Friday. Is that you got anything else?
No, I don't have anything actually.
There you
Nothing
go.
on Friday.
Munchies.
On Saturday.
We got Salubrious Dirt
Saturday,
Drags.
however, all bike day 2020.
All bike day?
8
where's that?
a.m. Willowbank Raceway. Then obviously Salubrious Dirt Drags, Mount Archer. Salubrious.
All bike days for the morning too. That's only 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. So it's all bike morning, but they've called it all bike day.
Oh, there you go.
It's all bike morning. Salubrious Dirt Drags, Mount Archer. So Dirt Drags.
See you, Mad Dad. Thank you for the $10.
Thanks, Mad Dad.
Thank you.
Thank you, mate. Salubrious Dirt Drags. That's a great event. We'll be busy this weekend working on cars, but we would certainly go check that out if we could.
Test and tune at Willowbank is still on there, but I don't
know.
know. I don't actually think it's on.
It says QDRC too, but that was last week. So that's these. Some of these are the old.
I think there is one on the 14th of November. There possibly is one on the weekend, but I'm not sure. It says 4 p.m. So check out the Willowbank Raceway website. I'm not 100% sure on that one, whether that one's on, but check out their website because that will give you the best information for that one.
There's a burger night on up at Envious.
Nicolate.
There's a bling bling one.
4 p.m. There is. There's multiple bling blings. That's Mad Dad dropping us $10, saying night everyone.
Thanks,
Streetcar Culture dropped us $5, saying great job. Thank you.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
Very appreciative. And Shane Kane's dropped us $14.99 with a thank you sticker. Thank you, Shane.
Friggin' legends. Thanks, guys. Thank you. So, yeah, there's an event on at Nicolate Cafe. That's Envious Car Club. They do have their burger nights. We're part of that as well. And we pop up there. They have amazing food up there and cheap. And, yeah, it's really cool. So if you want to go along to that one, find Nicolate Cafe. It's up around Logan there. And it starts off at about 5 o'clock. So, kitchen open from 4. There you go.
There you go.
Food available from 5 till 8 for food. Very good food.
Sunday, October 25th, Chrome Bar Bonanza at Lakeside Park, 7 a.m. till 4 p.m.
It's probably something else we would have been to if we hadn't have been busy working on cars. We could have took the HJ up to that one.
Cars and
if you've got
Coffee.
A Chrome Bar, you want to get up to Lakeside and do some laps, then that's your opportunity.
Cars and Coffee at 186 Cross Remedy Espresso. This is at Remedy Espresso Coffee, 11/1 Springfield Lakes Boulevard in Springfield Lakes at 7 a.m.
BCMC have big breakfast and cars on as well at Tin Cup Cafe in Beenleigh. So that gets a pretty good turnout, and I do want to get to one of those as well. Again, unfortunately, we got stuff on, so we'll miss it. But
says I shall donate later in the week in the form of a Schumacher light.
Done deal, mate. Done deal. Get
if
yourself
you
one. They're really good.
That's basically one of the reasons we did merch and stuff on the store is because people donated, but we wanted to give something back to you that's not just the content that we bring.
Yep. So you can actually have something physical for your dollars as well, and we earn a couple of dollars from it. Obviously, we don't get all the value, but we earn something from it.
Yeah.
So everything counts.
Mel says Dad 67 is at Chrome Bar. There you go.
Oh, there you
So
are.
if you want to check out Dad 67, then get out there.
Be cruising, doing some laps. They'll be having a lot of fun.
Cardi Gras, brunch with the cars, 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. at Coralbin Valley.
Coralbin Valley over, is it Ipswich way? Coralbin Valley?
No idea.
I don't know. I'm confusing myself now. Click on the little map there. But if you want to go to that one. Harrigan's was a meant to be, but that's obviously called off. That one was was shut down, not to happen.
Near Bow Desert.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I think we drove past it when we came back from work, when we went the back way.
Yep.
Through
Very
Boona
cool.
and...
Very cool. But other than that, we'll be shooting some videos of working on a ute. So that's what we'll be doing. Not a lot in the calendar at the moment, but hopefully that things will start to pick up. But I think probably the there's a couple of pick of the events there would probably be Tin Cup Cafe with BCMC, and the Chrome Bumper Day.
Yep.
Out there, I think. If I was to pick a couple of events, Nicolate as well. Just
yeah, usually really good turnout out there.
If we'll probably still be working on the car at that time, but if we had been coming through, I would have definitely pulled in for a feed. Yeah, amazing food there, and cheap, amazing food. That's very good. That's about all we got. There's another week.
Another week of the show. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks to those on the podcast.
Thanks for the donations.
If you like the podcast, or even if you like the show and you don't listen on podcasts, you listen live or you listen on YouTube, then make sure you head over to, I think it's Apple Podcasts is one of the best places to leave a review. Leave us a 5-star review on the show. That's appreciative.
There you go. We'll have to have a look and see how many people we got following us on the podcast.
I think it says we have a suspected audience of 10.
There you go. Woo! How many? Was that a couple of hundred listens?
235 total plays.
There you go. Thanks, guys. Everything counts. I looked at Twitter today. We don't do much on Twitter. We're 9 followers on Twitter.
There you go.
So shout out to our 9 followers on Twitter. But we're nearly at 1,000 on Insta.
Yeah.
Instagram's nearly hit our first 1,000. Instagram's been a bit of a slow growth. We post a lot more on Facebook, trying to get better at Insta, and we might we're gonna start some plans to actually take some photos and stuff like when we're at the meets, and we're going to write a little blog on our website as well of some of our events going forward. We haven't started that yet, but we are going to start to write some little stories on the website, just about what we're up to, and drop some photos, and we can include those on Insta and all those places as well. So make sure you follow on the socials.
Yeah.
And you never know, might be giveaways or anything on there as well. Who knows?
Thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you, everyone. Stay in that right lane.
I've got a ton of gravel in my shoes, world on my shoulder, a heart full of blues out in the dirt, down in the dirt. I've been a real bad boy on the town all night, starting to calm down till the morning light. I'm in the dirt, down in the dirt. Been a real bad boy.